Is Noct a realist, or maybe he's kind of crazy? Let's find out. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you love my new intro. Spent a lot of time working on it, but let's get right into this video. And I really wanted to do this video because I've seen some comments in the Black Clover community that has said that Noct is sort of mean. And I've seen this on Reddit before, and this comes from Black Clover chapter 266, where he pretty much eviscerated the Black Bulls. And so far in the series, we haven't seen someone really question them one-on-one about their issues. Because yes, in the series, we know that the Black Bulls are the most amazing squad in the Clover Kingdom, like bar none. The Golden Dawn doesn't even come to like a close second. That could change in future arcs, but Noct is the first one that really takes it very personal. First of all, he goes towards Vanessa and says that she is just a drunkard witch, which if we really just break that down, witches so far in the Black Clover universe, I don't really necessarily think that the Clover Kingdom exactly hates them, but they are sort of like this ostracized group. Then he goes into Finral, he's not exactly a pervert is what I really would want to say, but at the same time, he is a womanizer who just is very like laid back. He doesn't exactly train hard on his skills. He's very different than his brother, who is able to use spatial magic to an amazing degree, whereby with Finral, it's really just lacking there. And Finral, he just chooses to be a laid-back type of guy, possibly not even using all of his potential. Then we have Ghosh, and yeah, Ghosh has his issues. He stole from nobility to feed his sister, but he obviously has some issues with his sister. When we look at this whole entire conversation in Black Clover chapter 266, Gray is the only person to really stand up and challenge Noct on all of these issues. And that's very important here because Gray is a side character who's very shy. She doesn't even like to be seen, and she uses her transformation magic to such a degree that we barely ever see her in her true form at the beginning of the series. But does Noct have some points? Is this absolutely true? Or is he just being sort of mean to everyone in the Black Bulls? Because we do know that Noct is sort of like rough around the edges, and I kind of get the feeling that he is a perfectionist. So really, we're just going to break that down. So if we look at the Black Bulls in general, they are a squad that is just full of degenerates. We have, for instance, if we look at Magna isn't exactly a degenerate, but he's not very strong at all. He can't necessarily use his magic to a horrifying degree. What I mean by horrifying, I mean like just very powerful and devastating, such as, for instance, Noelle or Yami or even Julius. And I know it sounds kind of crazy just to compare Julius to Magna, but we just kind of get the picture that Magna isn't exactly, a good Magic Knight in terms of power. And if we look at the Magic Knights in general in the Black Bulls, they're extremely powerful. When we look at Charmy and when we look at all the other arcane abilities, even Noelle, we can see that obviously this is a Magic Knight squad that is extremely powerful, but Noct is attacking their personality traits that just make them imperfect. When we look at Ghosh and Ghosh's clear devotion to his sister that sometimes overrides his logic and reasoning. And we even saw this earlier in the Black Clover series when Ghosh and Asta had rescued those kids from the Magic Knights who wanted to experiment on them. Even after his sister was rescued, he was just still intent on not even going back to rescue the other kids who clearly needed his help. And when we look at the Black Bulls in general, even Noelle is very prideful, although I do think that that's just a gag for her character. We do still have her issues with controlling her mana and the magic. And so clearly she is sort of like a screw up. And even with Yami isn't the perfect captain. And so if we look at Noct's personality in general, whereby he wants things to just be perfect, it's clearly seen as to why he hates the Black Bulls. And granted, do I see some logic to his reasoning? Absolutely. The Black Bulls do need to improve on their different personality traits. That could definitely be a falling in their character. For instance, when we have Fenrir, I do believe that Fenrir has a lot of potential to be an amazing Magic Knight, but he just doesn't use it in the right way. Matter of fact, I think that he is possibly the laziest Black Bull member of the squad. Vanessa needs to train as well. She has literally an arcane ability that can change fate, but yet we really don't see her really push herself. And that is why we see NACHT here really telling them, you guys only have about 3 days to push yourselves and train yourselves. And I do believe that this is a character trait of NACHT to want to see people just do better for the sake of doing better. But at the same time, the Black Bulls definitely do need to improve. They can't just rely on these arcane abilities just to get by. And that's kind of what I have seen with the Black Bulls, is that so far in the Spade Kingdom arc, that's like the first time that we really see them train. And Asta is that person that truly encourages them to work hard, whereby before, we don't really necessarily see that with the Black Bulls, them actually training exclusively hard to surpass their limits, as Yami has always said. And when we have a guy like NACHT, who is a perfectionist and most likely has trained, and we also see in the previous chapter where he obviously did a lot of research into the demonic occultist rituals in the Spade Kingdom, we see that, hey, look, this guy is very serious about his craft. And so overall, I can definitely say that he does have some evidence as to what he's saying is true. And now that I think about it, the problem with the Black Bulls isn't exactly their power level. It's just that they have personality traits in one way or another that just inhibit them from reaching their full potential. And now in the series, they're starting to really push themselves further. We have Luck, for instance, who he definitely has pushed himself further. He is just a talented Magic Knight, and I can't take anything away from him except for the fact that, yeah, he is kind of crazy, but he does have a personality trait that does kind of make him a little bit on edge. And we do see this with the Black Bulls, is that the issue is not their talent, except for possibly Magna or Zora. The issue is just their personality traits and their errors that just inhibit them from doing or necessarily reaching their potential. And I'm talking about before Asta had got there, not after. Because now that Asta is here, he has really lit a fire underneath of the feet of the Black Bulls, including Yami, and that is just what I love to see. Now, some may speculate that NACHT is like this because he is possessed by these demons, which definitely could be true, but I just have the itching feeling that he was like this even before the demons started to inhibit his ability to maybe feel some sort of like empathy for others. And we do see a lot of different personality traits with NACHT that maybe it would align with the Black Bulls as well, because I don't think this guy would be on a Magic Knight squad and actually enjoy it. And if we really think about the Black Bulls, I think NACHT just fits in pretty well, because the Black Bulls are full of just misfits who maybe can't get things right. And it appears that our boy NACHT has some serious emotional issues. So that does for me today, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also comment down below and tell me what you guys thought about this video. I also want to thank you guys because you got the last spoiler video up to 14,000 views. I'm just so amazed by that. Let's keep this channel going. Like I said before, guys, this channel is for you. Also, I'm going to be streaming soon, so just comment down below and tell me what games you guys want me to play, because this is a community channel for the Black Clover community. And I said it before 1,000,001 times, but I just got to say it again. This is for y'all, not for me. Anyway, make sure you guys stay safe out there, and peace.